All right, so Alex, I'm getting on a plane Saturday morning for Denver, and it seems like every time I head west and I get over the mountains, inevitably I hit some turbulence, and I don't handle that terribly well. I'm a pretty easygoing flyer, but plane starts jumping around and it gets me a little uneasy. That has definitely made me think a lot about what we've been experiencing in financial markets. We've got a global economy that was really vulnerable to inflation already because of all the supply chain disruptions, tight labor markets. We've got very unique and changing monetary policy. And then let's not forget, Russia invading Ukraine wasn't exactly helping things. So we're 35,000 feet in the air and we're going 600 miles per hour. And the fasten seatbelt light comes on. And that's, of course, naturally right when I need to probably use the lavatory. But with that in mind, you've got your ear to the ground on what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think to your point, if I'm a passenger on the plane that you just described, I'm feeling pretty uneasy. And so with all the turbulence that you just mentioned, it's definitely been a challenging first half for both stocks and bonds. And when you combine the fatigue that's been left over the past really 2 years of COVID-19 measures, that doesn't make it any easier. But markets are always looking forward. So it's important to remain focused on what lies ahead. And I think in this situation, that would be the final destination. So there's certainly challenges, as you just discussed, but I also think there's some tailwinds to look forward to. We can talk about a strong job market. We have a lot of employees that are able to earn gainful employment at increased wages. That's definitely an opportunity that we're seeing out there. We have resilient businesses that continue to innovate despite all of the things that their back is up against. I think American culture is to rise above some of the challenges that you work through, and I see businesses continue to do that through strong earnings. And then I think finally we have the likelihood that inflation is soon going to start to slow. We're starting to see that in some of the reports that you and I look through on a regular basis. And so that's encouraging. It's encouraging for markets. And if we're going back to turbulence, I think that's going to smooth out the ride here as we go towards the end of the year. I think just the final kind of icing on the cake that I have to add is that we're coming up on midterm elections here. And I think once we get through those, that's going to even be that much more confidence. Everything is going to be go from an unknown to more of a known situation. And the market's like having reliability, I would say. So,
Well, kind of reminds me that I'm thankful every time I get on an airplane, they don't hand me the instruction manual on how to fly the 747. And so with that, I think it's actually a good time to kind of pivot and say that we are more than happy to provide through a link we're going to post here, just a quick ebook on what we're seeing for our mid-year outlook 2022, navigating turbulence. We're also going to be doing a more formal presentation of our expectations of the balance of the year. But having a team of people you trust, even if you're a do-it-yourself or just getting good education, good resources around you, is going to ensure one, you keep the seatbelt on when you need to. You're still headed in the right direction. Yeah, the turbulence does kind of get your attention, but you're going to arrive where you want to go. And in some cases, if you do it right or you have the right group of people around you, you might not only get to your destination, you might find out that your destination is significantly nicer than you initially planned for. So with that in mind, really appreciate your time, Alex, and looking forward to a little smoother sailing as we get into the balance of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Sounds good.